There's so many people. My, I'm feeling completely overwhelmed. Usually I call and then nobody answers, and then I ask if anyone wants to talk, and then like
That's a lie.
nothing happens.
We just don't want to talk to you, Manaki.
Oh, okay, that's it.
Yeah, that's actually what it is.
Well, I guess
Ooh.
it has improved then.
Maybe we want to talk to you now, I guess.
Or we want to talk to the bird.
Bird?
Your avatar, I know you're used to it being a goblin.
Oh,
Manaki.
that bird.
Since you're flipping as the bird and all.
Happens.
There's no bird being flipped. It's not like a pancake or an egg, Gryph.
How disappointing.
Why is the bird not a pancake? I know, Goger.
Oh.
The priorities in life.
My hopes and dreams have been crushed.
Hopes and dreams.
That's what happens when you join this call.
It happened since Foghaven. Dream crushing.
All since then.
Yes, everything since then. It's all been downhill. One continuous downhill slope.
Yep.
We've been going downhill for almost 11 months now. We started this campaign in March, and you guys entered Foghaven at the end of Session 1.
You know,
Well, you know, going
we
downhill
got
takes
through-
less effort than going uphill.
we got through the Wildwood pretty damn well.
Yeah.
You know, we did well. I guess in the end we fled a giant wolf attack, but you know,
Priorities.
Now we're going back.
yeah, we are.
You guys
I
have
am
visited
going to get
the
something to
Wellwood on a few occasions. Okay, Gryph.
Wherever my drink's gone.
I'm so excited about that talking well too.
Did you enjoy all of the things I had for you this morning, Manaki?
Yeah, I spent like 3 hours and 20 minutes just listening to it, taking notes, thinking.
Well, the
What?
in character stuff was only like a little section, Manaki.
Yeah, but it's always fun to hear the thoughts behind.
Yes,
the
I was
action.
talking about the Undertaker.
Okay, that part was
Broccoli.
a bit drawn out. I listened anyway. I was a
Wait.
Roller Coaster Tycoon. That the game's too old to have a tab out function anyway. So
Wait, what are we talking about? What are
nothing
you talking about?
to worry about.
Secret stuff.
Yeah, it's secret.
Secrets. Okay.
And you
Yes.
would be interested because it's about Songwise Fucker.
Yes,
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
unless you want to listen to me and Jonas talking for 3.5 hours, sheep.
No, I literally hate that campaign.
Yeah.
Which campaign?
Literally.
these-
That's why he made
Literally.
maps for it. He hates it,
But-
literally.
Yep, I hate it.
It is the worst.
Why do you hate it?
Because it spawned gifs of people getting genuinely injured.
I'm kidding.
See, look
It's
at
hard to
Sheep's
tell with you,
avatar.
Sheep.
Look at how dead it is. That's how much he hates it. It's that.
It's not
He's
that,
like-
it's Australian, there's a difference.
Oh, it's upside down, I
Yeah,
get.
it's
Ah.
I'm looking away.
Uh,
I would
joke.
say that's maybe more New Zealand. Australia, you could put a surfboard beneath it.
I didn't know Germans made Australia upside down jokes too. This is great. I've learned so much.
Uniting the Northern Hemisphere.
Yes.
Well, I've got myself for snack today some Dutch shortcake. I don't know why it's Dutch, but hey.
Hey,
damn, try hard.
hey. One of my favorite chocolate flavors is Dutch chocolate, so Dutch is good.
Well, apparently it's dipped in Belgian chocolate, so it's
Why
a
not,
Dutch
right?
shortcake dipped in Belgian.
Goodbye, natural 20.
Why did you waste that?
I don't know. But I have
Bye.
Now in the next time you roll a check, you could have been like, well, that could have been a 20.
to do like, could have been a 20. That's
It
how
would have been a
works.
20.
But I'd rather know if my macros are working correctly than... Actually,
Then get a 20.
I'm not sure. But Yeah.
Take
it's
the other way. Would you
that's-
break one of your macros to get a critical hit?
Ah.
Because I'd be okay with deleting one full out.
I'll remake it. It's fucking
Make another
okay.
one later.
Sure. Takes like 5 minutes.
Probably less than 5 minutes even.
Yeah.
Just copy the same layout, have another one and change things.
Yeah.
Hope that it doesn't end up being like, I attack with my hammer, and then it like says, cure light wounds in there or something.
Well, this is awkward.
It's not
Heal
entirely
the enemy.
true, but
Yes.
we're going to have to go with it.
That's right, I could be a Gygaxian DM with the whole, like, no, that's what it says. Says you're doing cure, we're fucking doing cure wounds. Yep, rolled for it, rolled the attack and the damage, but it's a cure wound. There is no attack and there is no damage. You're dealing negative damage. No!
Negative damage.
Yes. You heal the enemy. The big boss thanks you.
So does this work? Does.
Today,
Amazing.
we, the important PCs who are decision makers and
And that was
epic
another
people,
good
are gonna be
roll.
bodyguards.
You're...
It's a good thing I didn't make any of the macros I should have made when we actually leveled up. Otherwise, I would be incredibly bored right now, I'm sure.
Oh no,
guess-
Thieves Strike, stealing people's hearts.
And dreams. Literally.
Prince of Shadow is pretty good. Really puts his work in perspective, doesn't it? He doesn't just steal stuff; he steals your ambition.
Right. Nobunaga's ambition? Not anymore.
Sells it to highest bidder.
He stole someone's alignment. That's why there's all these bad people. They don't know how to be good.
Or maybe he sold badness to them.
Like, you want the Lich
Want to be
King's
evil?
badness?
So you've decided to be evil.
I want to hear that sales pitch.
Well, that's pretty easy. Do you feel bad about something? I can make that go away. You just have to buy some evil. You will no longer care who you hurt or why.
Absolve you
job
of your
will go
guilt.
well, and in the business world, you'll do wonderfully.
Try sociopathy today. Some
You
assembly
will
required.
just not give a damn anymore.
Not give a damn.
Feeling bad about those smaller companies your company has crushed? Well, not anymore.
Not anymore. Alright. Well, now that the entire Voltron team is assembled. Good day,
Run
players!
away!
Welcome to our 40th session. The great news about my absence last week is that I actually have material for this week. Otherwise, we would not be playing today. I'll be going back to the hospital tonight, so this session will be shorter than my comfortable 5 hours. In case you forgot what happened last time, we zoomed in on your characters and their adventures in Horizon. You met with several faction representatives, each of whom had their own designs. You contemplated your future, you decided upon a course of action. Remind me, which route did you all choose?
I think we're going up north again, right?
I think we wanted to go to Foghaven.
No, we were going to go and be... I think in the end we were going to go and protect Teraptus.
Teraptus. Yep.
Because that seemed like the thing that most people wanted to do.
Or we were originally going to do because you weren't agreeing with people's answers.
We're basically going full circle. We're doing another escort mission through the Wildwood. Except it's not Dirk this time. It's
feels like we've been here
to help to fight over here now. That'd be
I
great.
feel like we have been here before, yes.
But only Gryph will get flashbacks.
Alright. Now, ever so long ago, I told you all to consider what you'd be telling the other faction representatives whom you'd be refusing, if anything. Goger, I know you sent your message on the side, but let's discuss that out in the open. You wanted Geráck to speak with the Marshal, yes?
Yep.
Alright. And why don't you, A, remind me, and tell the class what Goger wanted to convey to him? You don't have to do it strictly in character.
Alright. He basically told the Marshal that they will do what he asked for, but sometime in the future. and they have other matters to deal with right away that were more pressing.
The Marshal is a little upset, but he understands that you must follow your own heart and path, wherever that may take you.
Yeah, and they also wanted to know where they could contact him in the future.
The Marshal says he will be heading north after his brief stay in Horizon. He hates it here, and he is not staying longer than absolutely necessary, which was to get in contact with you. While the demonic invasion is no more, thanks in part to your efforts, large part, a run through the Maleficent and his coterie are still out there. The Marshal has tried his best to win over Thomas, and the Marshal admits defeat. That he simply could not win over Thomas. Instead, the Marshal will get back to what he's good at, leading Imperial forces to fight orcs and demons. Triggering Geráck's Great Gold Worm 6, however, the Marshal says that he thinks you will need something on your travels. And he will offer Geráck the Epic Tier Belt of Humility.
Oh. Well, sweet.
Yes.
Don't remember what it did, though.
It's okay. I have apparently made an error in... Where was that error? Oh, of course. I hate you. Stupid MapTool.
I thought you were saying that to Geráck there.
Yes, I hate you too. I used crazy squiggly brackets, and apparently MapTool has a monopoly on those too. Yes, the sound of epic breathing, or fan, or whatever. Yes, breathe in me.
Might have been me.
Yes, that is the Epic Tier Belt of Humility. Geráck will receive, which of course gives the default bonus of +3 recoveries, and has that extra benefit on the side, which of course carries strings attached to it. Your mileage may vary.
I was just saying that quirk. Can't go wrong.
Epic tier quirks are pretty big.
Manaki can speak from experience.
Yes.
He had an epic tier magic item.
You know, I was actually kind of scared how powerful a quirk the artifact item I was being offered was.
Manaki did have to tousle with his epic tier magic item on a few occasions.
It's not happy,
Yes.
but it could be so good friends.
Yes. But of course, you're all epic tier characters, so it only counts as one magic item. Now let's see. Aranas already spoke with the Elf Queen's representative, and we won't cover that in session. Hey, Dark! Jasmine is both big-hearted and brave, right? She wouldn't just leave a prefectus of Axis without an answer,
No, she wouldn't. Let me just finish my bite of pizza.
Hold there, I'm just chewing on something.
This doesn't have to be conveyed strictly in character, but what would Jasmine say to the prefectus? Mordecai Lorik.
Essentially, entering with a decent amount of humility as she kind of goes in, and we'll just flat up inform that she was unable to procure the aid of her group, and as a result must unfortunately decline the mission for the Empire.
Mordecai wants to know, where are you going?
Jasmine will be honest about it.
Okay.
She's not going to lie to her prefectus.
The prefectus initially conveys immense disappointment in your choice. His face twitches in barely controlled anger, and his knuckles grow white as he clenches the desk. However, after an uncomfortably long moment, he will relax. The Dragon Empire trusts your judgment, Jasmine. Your family has been both loyal and capable. You are no exception. If you think this is for the best, then I will leave you with this. The prefectus actually does leave the room, leaving behind a silver hat box on a table. Filigree details line the cylindrical shape, a lovely shimmering of gold that catches the light of the room. The box opens simply by lifting off the top. No lock, no latch.
Okay. Jasmine will certainly do so.
Do you want to play everyone's favorite game? What's in the box? Yes, there you go.
What's in the box?
Upon removing the lid, Jasmine sees one item inside. A circular, ornamental headdress. The metal is platinum and adorned with glittering pale rose rubies. It looks incredibly fragile, so much so that even a baby could bend it. After the initial glance, however, the headdress begins to shift, or perhaps your perception of it. It is not made of metal. No. It is an entire crown of silken, shimmering feathers. You can say hello to those wonderful icon relationship dice that you rolled for last session, including the 5 among them, because all that's been triggered.
Oh, I knew it.
That's in the box. Have fun with your reading material. We'll move on with everyone else. While Dark is digesting all that.
Oh, that's a long post. Oh god, this is going to take me a second.
Well, none of you are particularly connected with the High Observer, and he didn't isolate any of you individually. He would be disappointed by your choice, but unsurprised. He'll carry on with his objective without you. Now, Tempus, Aurelia, would either of you like to...
in a bathroom or something, and a pipe just starts speaking to me?
No, that will not happen. Would either of you like to go tell the Courtyard Fountain that you won't be accepting the offer to hunt down the intellect assassin controlling Dohiram? Or do you think, the Fountain probably gets it, probably knows?
Tempus will probably tell a random pipe.
Okay.
Just curious, he'll tap a pipe just going, hello? Are you there? I know water comes out of you, sink.
There will be no response like the voice burbling from the fountain that he heard several days prior.
It's like, damn, remind me never to piss off fountains, as Tempest says to Aurelia. Sheep just silent.
Yeah, I know, sheep stunned silence, like, holy shit.
You're muted. You're muted.
Sheep is muted.
Still muted, yeah.
Yeah, still muted.
Yes.
Or I would just take a step to the side to make sure that any passerbys don't think that the two are, but that's what you get for talking to fountains. Tempus.
Mm-hmm.
You were there.
I was asleep. I'm perfectly happy to just consider it all a really strange dream.
Isn't that worse that you missed a potential opportunity, though?
Earlier that day, I missed a very potential opportunity for sleep that I had to catch up on. I feel like it was time well spent.
Aren't you difficult to keep impressed, then?
Shrug.
I know, the nerve, right?
Okay, Manaki broke me.
I mean, it's a fair point, right?
It's a very good point.
So, I asked my question again. Will Tempus head back to that Courtyard Fountain to try and tell it that the group will not be hunting the intellect assassin, despite the generous reward offers? Or will he just say, maybe the Fountain probably knows, right? Like, well, I don't need to
I'll be fair. The Fountain, let's keep this thing respectful. Let's stay on its good side. Let's not assume shit. Let's go up to it and decline politely, because that would be the respectful thing to do.
All right.
Fearful,
is Tempus going to go to the Fountain alone?
Aurelia?
She will accompany Tempus.
Okay. This one does get a roleplay.
Okay.
So, the two of you head out into the courtyard where you were initially shown ever so long ago, heading for the Courtyard Fountain that several days ago mysteriously burbled words, basically like speaking with the water itself, the rasping of the splashing against stone, into Tempus's ear, and really anyone who was around to hear it, although Aurelia was admittedly asleep. As it turns out, the fountain is still active.
it's still behaving like a fountain, I imagine.
Yeah, water still does flow through it.
Well, Tempus will take out a few copper coins out of his pocket, or his money pouch, and he'll lob one into the fountain.
Okay, the first copper coin to have ever been lobbed in the fountain, perhaps in multiple ages.
Hey, it's a first for everything.
Sure. The coin catches the light as it goes tumbling into the water.
Tempest will look at Aurelia. Kind of one of those weird traditions. You know, you throw a coin into the fountain to get good luck. I get a distinct feeling I'll need it.
Is that your version of summoning me, Tempus Malleator? The fountain burbles.
Yeah, in a sense, you know. And Tempest looks at the fountain. Although, I get the feeling not many people put coins in the fountain, so this might look a bit weird. I was hoping to just be a bit nonchalant about it. But hey, you know, tradition. And yes, hello, I was looking to talk to you, not summon you. Don't think you're a demon. Well, maybe. I've not seen you. You are talking through a fountain.
Speak then, Tempus.
Well, your offer was generous. I've come here to decline. We will not be able to accept the offer to end.
The fountain water actually stops flowing for a few seconds. And then water begins coming back out again. The rather ornate and really ancient-looking thing. Not that it is like a statue or something spitting out water, just like some sort of stone filigree. Tempus really isn't like he's not a scholar of the fountain. So,
well, you give me a few gears in there, then maybe, you know.
Right.
I don't know.
The water starts flowing in and says, "Really, you have no interest in saving your friend Dwohiram from domination by an intellect assassin?"
That's not what I said. I said I couldn't accept the mission. I do not have the support of my colleagues to take it on, and I've seen Dwohiram's power firsthand and seen the result of his abilities after waking up for a long nap. And, you know, when there's a slayed dragon and a huge amount of people around, as well as seeing the remains of your colleagues dashed and sliced up across the floor, is something I cannot handle on my own, and not within the time frame that you had provided.
And besides, there's not much to save left, is there?
His body can be brought back once the possessor has been removed. Dwohiram can be returned to this life. Perhaps he still would have some good left to do here. Perhaps some act to take for how in his weakness he was overcome. But perhaps his former traveling companions have different priorities. This intellect assassin has slain Thero the Ever-Living and brought ruin into an entire grove. This intellect assassin has slain the Great Silver and broken the contract between the Dragon Empire and the Blue. This intellect assassin has violated a contract of his own, and I do so abhor contract violation.
And that is why I came in person to decline this. While I will take on the burden of trying to save him in my own timescale, though, I will not be able to do it within the timescale that you demanded. And going by the fact that you were able to find me after a year's absence and know I was here, means to me that you're quite a powerful individual, and one I do not want to irk or ire or potentially steal from. Thus the honesty, and thus the frankness. I understand the power of this intellect assassin. I saw it firsthand. I do not want that Dwohiram, to me, at the moment, is lost, and while he can be saved, I'd rather do it on my own timescale than be bribed and warranted into such a risky chance, because if I didn't save him, you'd come hunting for me.
The fountain stops burbling again. Maybe a good 20-25 seconds. And then spits out water a bit more forcefully and says, "What makes you think I won't hunt you anyway, Tempus Malleator, for what you have allowed to continue to exist? Know this. that the Lord of Dead does not suffer those who dare to refuse his generosity. The fountain begins to visibly crack and trembles.
Tempus sort of narrows his eyes slightly at the fountain. Lord of the Dead. Ah, great. I was dealing with a necromancer, Lich King, one of those things. Or are you one of those fabled Draco Liches? Tempus is purposely trying to taunt the fountain a little bit. If you were going to hunt me and kill me, why the fact I'm refusing you here? I will deal with it my own time.
Tempus, you specifically, Aurelia, has enough spinning wheel of style, and, actually, what is Aurelia doing?
Aurelia is kind of just standing somewhat close to Tempus, next to Tempus, observing the situation more than participating, really.
Okay. Why don't both of you roll your icon relationship dice with the Archmage for me, please?
Alright, I'll just press my button.
I'm just going to press my button as well.
Okay,
Ooh.
Both of you ended up triggering a result here, so both of you get to know about this. Let me go ahead and find the section in my notes about it. You'd think I'd actually have these things out. No, why would I have these things out?
Because suspense.
Yes, suspense. I like to, encourage the suspense of the moment. Right, so, both of you, through your time spent with our wonderful Archmage friend here, would know that I can't even fucking find the section of the notes. I'll just remember it instead. I'll challenge myself that Horizon is built upon the layers of those who came before. All of the Archmages extending back into the ages. But before the first age, Horizon was built with the grand majesty of such a powerful magical force that no Archmage has ever been able to equal it or duplicate it since. The Wizard King. And his statues, fountains, bas-reliefs, innocuous archways, other implements and emblems still exist in this city, even though the Archmages all remake it in their image, because of how ingrained they are into the ley lines, into the very existence of Horizon itself, so much so that no Archmage can threaten to remove them without unraveling this city. As such, it might not be as much a surprise then when I ask you all to roll a save, each of you, as the fountain shatters into a massive explosion of energy, and stone and water and magical force go flying at you both.
Dodge? Dodge?
Fountains, man.
I told you, we should have got a plumber.
So yeah, a flat D20 roll. Okay. Aurelia won't end up taking anything. It won't even have to spend a key point to avoid taking anything. And it's basically, she at the last moment, like, her body's like, oh fuck, this is gonna explode, isn't it? Tempus, however, takes an incredible amount, 50 points of damage, as the force, the entire shockwave, actually makes the courtyard tremble. The leaves on the trees here shake. Many of them fall, and you hear clamoring and shouting coming from the actual court itself.
I'm assuming I can't do a dodge or anything along those lines. I am pretty much catapulted across the courtyard.
No, this is, that was not an attack against any of your defenses. That was a save.
Damn it! I was hoping I'd use magic. No! Yeah, so Tempus will be catapulted across.
Yes, perhaps in a direct retort to you focusing on taunting instead of moving the fuck away. The fountain explodes right on you.
Tempus lying probably face down in probably dirt, soaked, cut up brutally, you know, a bit of fountain sticking into him somewhere, will lift a hand up and just go, maybe not worth it, and just smack down on the floor again.
Aurelia will slowly move over, stand next to Tempus, look down on him. You make the strangest acquaintances, Tempus Malleator.
Water is a geyser just gushing from the courtyard and from the hole where the fountain used to be into the courtyard proper.
Tempus will take a sigh, dirt bubbling up around him, and he'll roll over onto his back, looking up at Aurelia. You wouldn't mind fixing my arm back in place, would you?
I'm afraid I think I would make it worse. Surely you can stand up without an arm.
Tempest sort of lifts his arm up in front of his face and drops it, and it's acting a bit limp. I think he dislocated something.
So, yes, in the immediate aftermath, there will be a magic response team. Golems and fucking wizards basically come in to observe the situation. Both of you basically get information that you'd already been fed, and some would reprimand it. This is not... It's not a fountain people don't talk to. It's a fountain people don't talk to. Don't interact with it. These things are well hidden, but that was an integral part of a ley line, and its continued existence was because it had been made by the Wizard King.
Or maybe you should put up a sign or something.
Tempest raised a hand at Aurelia while he's still in the dirt looking up at the golems. Seriously, it's a talking fountain.
Fountain?
Both of us look magical.
You are advised that fountains don't talk. And perhaps you should have brought this up with someone.
I
brought it up with Aurelia.
Well, Aurelia will help Tempus get back on his feet, pulling him up.
Yes.
And continue muttering how much she hates this city.
So, yes, if what the voice burbling says true, something, Lord of Dead.
So, I'm going to put my bet that I could have potentially made a deal with the Lich King, and I probably made the right choice and also the wrong choice at the same time. Who knew? You could be right and wrong at the same time.
You can consider the implications of that. It's maybe you probably put a recovery into your body.
Probably not been told no too many times in his existence.
Probably one of the first times that fountain's ever been told no. That copper coin did not give Tempest any form of good luck.
You do have the copper coin, though. It did survive.
Embedded in his forehead.
Yes. I was thinking that exact same thing.
It's Aurelia's just hold still, Tempest. Clunk. Oh, it's flat. Can you flatten this out?
Yes. But, yes, the iconery of such, and looking back at the fountain, they aren't, obviously, oh, fucking, Witch King, or Wizard King, rather, Lich King or whatever. I love how I blended the two. They remove, the obvious references from stuff like that, but there are some, emblems of architecture, some archways or fountains or statues that are just too integral to the magical stability of Horizon. And the fact that one of those could be destroyed like that is a gravely concerning matter that immediately goes beyond your pay grade.
Well, to be fair, Tempest was just talking back. He's had enough of taking this shit, and all he did was just effectively say no to the fountain, and why are you threatening me? I just said no, in a bit of a more blunt way,
right.
And the thing exploded.
Yes.